Good afternoon, sir. My name is Dhaval. I'm coming from collegedunia.com. A very warm welcome to our interview series, which is called Thoughts on Education, where we take interviews of dignitaries such as vice chancellors, principals, HODs, and teachers. So, before I proceed with this interview, I would request you to give a brief introduction about yourself.
Thank you. This is Amitava. I have been associated with IISM almost for 5 years now. In 2018, I came and I joined as an associate dean. I am also working with Niti Aayog as a mentor of change. I am also working with a couple of research projects for IISM with Niti Aayog and other parts.
Yeah, it was really nice knowing about your experience, sir. My first question too is being as the associate dean of IISM Mumbai. What are your roles and responsibility towards the students?
So whatever comes in terms of academics, academic grooming, research, be it soft skill, for everything comes under me. So for us, the major point is how we can groom the students, how we can make them the industry ready in terms of the sports industry specifically. So the academic delivery, the pedagogy, the faculties, getting the best faculties, be it from an IM alumni or NMIMS or maybe Jamnalal Bajaj or Xavier's, right? So we have to source the best of the best faculties. Not only the faculties, we also need to ensure that they get the maximum industrial exposures in terms of the practical learning, as well as they get the industry insights from the industry honkos of the sports industry. So each and everything comes under me. I have been trying my best to give the best to the students.
Do you have any extracurriculum activities program to enhance the skill of students and give them exposure to real programming work?
We have, to be very honest, if I don't have an extracurricular activities, only academics doesn't make any sense for any college, for any institute. The way we have been grooming the students, I think it's a blend. You can say it's a 50-50. 50% we are having theory and the practical. Rest of the 50%, they have a lot of clubs. They go to outside for the practical exposures. They have a lot of in-house activities. So it's a mix of theory plus in-house practicals, outside practicals, and a lot of activities. The reason behind it, I will tell you, for a student, right? If they are only learning, how they are going to develop their critical thinking? When they are part of activities, when they are doing something, that is the time they are doing mistake. And when they will be doing mistake, they will be learning from those mistakes. And we have a lot of emphasis on the extracurricular activities throughout the academic year for each and every batches. We have a lot of houses also, where there are a lot of competition happens. I'm very happy to say wherever our students are going, they have been winning medals. And they have been winning medals not only in the sports category, they have won medal when they actually, we sent a contingent in IIT Bombay and they came 8th across IITs. They came first in quiz also. So it's a mix.
How does the curriculum of IISM Mumbai ensure that the students are being prepared for current industry?
See, when I talk about sports industry, 13 years back, there was no sports management professional in India. And that is the reason sports management curriculum has been built. In academic language, it's called outcome-based education. What you exactly need in the industry, that gets backtracked, that gets academically mapped, re-engineered with the academic expert and the industry experts, and then it's kind of mapped in the academic framework. Now, when I'm talking about how we have developed the curriculum, yes, there are part which in terms of the general science it remains same, so general management it remains same. Give you an example, if I talk about sports marketing, unless you understand the marketing, you can't go ahead with sports marketing. If you talk about analytics, unless and until you know analytics, you can go ahead with sports analytics. Unless and until you know management, you can't go ahead with sports management. Unless and until you know finance, you can't go ahead with sports finance management. Right? So the way we have designed the fundamental of the general management in bachelor's and master's, similarly fundamentals of the science in bachelor's and master's remain same. They're layered up with the sports specific things. And that's how the students of IISM are getting the niche. Fundamentally they are clear, they are getting much sharper when it comes to the sports alignment and applicability on the sports side.
How do you try to bring in practical approach towards subjects and make it industry oriented?
The way I talked about, it's more 50-50 kind of stuff, or even I would not mind if I say it's a 60% practical, 40% theory. The students are getting hands-on in theory. So to be very honest, I'll be very happy to give you a practical example, right? Now, if you are only studying chemistry and if you don't know how to use in the lab, it's of no use. Similarly, if you go to lab, and just observe the chemistry, but if you don't know the theory, it's of no use. I'm just using this analogy to make you understand how sports management works. If you're learning in the classes, if you're not going in the field to understand how an IPL works, or probably how a grassroots development works, you won't be able to understand and connect what is happening in the classroom. Similarly, when you have observed and if you are not coming back in the classroom to understand what are the challenges, because industry is new, sports management professionals are fresh. Industry expects them not to grow but to give back with their learnings. If they don't know and observe what is there, if they don't know come back with what can be better, they won't be able to give that kind of extra mileage or extra kind of the learning when they will be joining in the industry as an expert. So this is how we ensure that they are getting the learning in the classroom, backed up by the lot of industry visits, not only in industry, not only in the India, we are also sending students outside also. Because if they don't know what is the benchmark in outside versus how India is grooming, the learning is incomplete. So it's a domestic, it's a learning, the practical learning from the industry side, the international learning, each and everything is part of the whole package, how we are delivering. And that's how wherever our students are going, be it Hello India and everywhere, we are getting very, very well feedback.
How do you help your students to cope up with the competition being so high in the outside of the world?
I think competition is going to be there, right? If you worry about the competition, you can't learn. The way our students are learning, they are more like a sports person, because sports person don't think about a competition. They focus on their controls, right? It's called control the controllables. They can control their learning. They can control the outside. So my students are focusing on their learning. If they are learning good, the competition is nowhere.
How did the institute enhance the skill of faculties and peers them to prepare them to according to industry standards?
See, it's a very critical question, because when I talk about the pedagogy and the content of sports management, it's very new, it's very different. If I only give Nokia theory, if I don't have the sports theory, right, it's of no use. So my students will learn when my faculty is enhanced. We took a cautious call that how our faculty has developed, how our faculty has upgraded, right? Now, if I do SWOT analysis of a bank, they will be able to understand the SWOT analysis. But if I don't do a SWOT analysis accordingly after the banking example of a SWOT analysis of an IPL or SWOT analysis of a league with the sports application, they are of no use. Our faculties have took a lot of time. We have taken a lot of efforts how to upgrade the faculties. I'm very happy to say each and every subject, each and every module with the general management practicals example, my every faculty is now up to the mark to use relevant sporting example. It took years, we have done it, now it's getting reflected.
Any suggestion you would like to give to the current youth and aspiring students?
I think youths try to take shortcuts, what I have seen, especially in the sports industry. What happens, they are more like a glamour thing. They feel that sports management is like an IPL or managing Virat Kohli, but it's not sports management. Sports management is vast, right? And similarly, if you really want to be at the top, somewhere you need to start. You just can't jump on the gun, right? I think my focus will be, or my suggestion for the youngsters will be, whatever opportunity comes, whether it's a small or big, just go for it, learn on the ground, get the mistake, learn, come back, learn, come back, and then think of going ahead. The challenge is they are thinking, I just want to jump in a higher position. Does not work in any industry. But yes, the way I can vouch, the way this industry gives the growth, if you have the skill and if you are proven, no other industry is given.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking out your time. It was a pleasure talking to you and interviewing you on Thoughts on Education. Thank you so much.
Thank you.